Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. We are in like day 723 of our National Geographic Journal. Not really, but sometimes it feels like it. So today I needed to change it up a little bit. And I went outside, and I think it's 10 minutes and 31 seconds is where I stop painting outside. So if you don't want to watch this part, skip ahead to 10 minutes point 3 something. Anyhow, this is real time. I'm hoping you can hear some of the birds in the background. And there was a jet ski out in the lake, and um, maybe a dog. You can't see the hummingbird nest because it's right above my elbow on the corner of the house, but that particular one. But this is when I went outside. It wasn't quite as humid and not warm yet. This was probably 9 o'clock. And I took some magazine pages that I don't want, and I taped them all together, and a tub of paint that has scraps in it, ignore the phone, sorry, um, and a very muddy water jar that used to be a moonshine jar, legal moonshine, but we threw it away because we didn't want it and we didn't like it. It was peach something or other, and my husband got it from a client, and he's like, "This is not good." So I'm like, "But save the jar." Sorry if I just screamed in your ear. Anyhow, I'm taking tiny bits of paint that are tiny things that are left. They're all at least 3.5+ years old. PP, prior pandemic. This is PP paint. Sorry. Sometimes I astound myself in my ridiculousness. But this is me outside painting, just trying to get rid of some scraps. The lady that I've been watching in earnest is Gaynor Paddle, I think is her name, and she does this a lot with real watercolor paper, but I'm not going to pay $100 for a sheet of watercolor paper for my talent level, and nice paints, and these are just probably Azia or whatever that brand was that everybody got for a while, that tube right there. And so lots of different colors. Do they all go together according to the color wheel? No. Does it matter to me? No. Um, Good grief, I'm getting all these texts. This game is ready. That game is ready. I don't play those games, people. Anyhow. So I'm just adding color and going back in with other layers of color. And I'm doing this in real time for you because I want you to be able to hear, hopefully behind me, the birds. And I might stop talking so you can hear the birds and the jet ski before the neighbor with his chainsaw got going. We're starting to finally get some work done in some of these houses that had destruction from the tornado in June that are around us. But anyhow, this looks all purple. It really isn't. There's blue, there's purple, there's another color. The card table now has more paint on it than it had before. That's okay. It's a colorful card table. And just having a grand old time listening to things. I tried to capture the osprey, but every time I turned the camera on, he stopped. Pretty much like what the dog does sometimes. He stops being cute and goes to holy terror when I turn the camera on, which is his preferred personality at times. Anyhow, I'm going to stop talking so you can hear the birds. Okay, so sheet number 2. Um, and I kind of got my groove going with this one, although my back was starting to bother me. Bending over this card table at this angle is just, at my age and my girth, is not good for my back. So anyhow, this is so much fun. It's so freeing, and I say a lot of this stuff over and over again. This is so good for my psyche. Um, Listening to even chainsaws in the background, and listening to the dog whine when the husband went in the house to cook his grits. Um, all of it is so much fun. And I try to, it just is good for my soul. It's good for my soul. I hope this is good for your soul, just watching me make a gigantic mess on the card table. But really and truly, it's not a mess. I'm going to go back in and cut some of this apart and make smaller pieces, but I'm going to flip it over and cut it from the back, which is what that lady advises, because then you don't have control and it kind of just comes out the way it wants to. I'm trying to do a little bit of yellow in there because it's brightening all the muddy purples and blues up. But this is so much fun. So much fun. Here was my little workstation. Yeah, this is some of the stuff that I painted on book pages with a little bit of stuff that was left and some paintbrushes out of my moonshine jar. And just, I was probably out here for about an hour. And then a lot of chainsaws started up. And then it got a little bit warmer and the cicadas went a little bit louder, believe it or not. They can go louder. And just the best time. The best time. Art therapy right here in steroids. Good morning, good morning. All right, this is don't mind the hands. This is the prompt for me for today that I gave myself out of this National Geographic article, which is layout. So I want something square here, 2 columns here, 2 columns here, with this column being taller. That's all I'm going for. So, and I don't think I gave myself a word for this one. Let's see. 6. No, I did not. So, I think since I've already been outside and I enjoyed the sounds of nature, hopefully you did too, before chainsaws started really getting into effect. What's this? This is that yellow that's not any good. But now we have a clean one, theoretically. Chainsaws, sander, somebody's working on their deck. Some of the people that had tree damage around here are getting their insurance approvals finally, which happened on June 26th overnight. And it's July, not quite 2 months later. So, whatever. The house that got destroyed completely finally has like a tractor and a dump truck. Not a tractor and a storage box, like a pod, and then a huge dumpster for stuff to go in. So, okay, I needed something square here. I'm not going to use anything I just made because actually they're still not dry. But I'm going to, so I think we're just going to go with like the sounds of silence. Who sang that song? Sounds of Silence. Somebody sang that song. I'm going to look it up after I stop filming. Sounds of Silence. Was it like Queen or somebody? Or the Eagle? No. Would have been I don't know. I don't know. Anyhow, okay. So we're going to go with that layout somehow, some way. There's another page that I painted. All right, I was just getting tired of looking at the same stuff as I get ready to use it. But the way I'm going to treat those big pieces that I did. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. We're only working on this side. Okay. Is to cut them in smaller pieces from the back side so I don't have any kind of favoritism over any other parts. I think maybe we can do like long column. Long. Okay, there's the long column. I like to leave a little bit of stuff here for whatever I use for in the future. There were two short ones over here. I have another envelope, but it's a different pattern. This is what happens when you've been to the doctor lately and they don't let you pay in the office anymore. They want you to mail a check to Timbuktu or debit something on the computer. Do I sound like a curmudgeon? Possibly. I think we're just going to go with that. These are my geometric shapes that are actually happening here too. My poor yellow paint stick. It's still good, but the outside is being color coordinated here. Color coded. Okay. I didn't exactly make all the same columns, but we got pretty close. And I kind of think this kind of is how we started with the columns. Well, that was a layout page too, and the fins. Judy, I loved your kawaii story. Thank you for the offer though, but Bella is in such a, she's doing it because her mother did it. She's in such a goth stage. Everything has to be painted black. She has a black wall in her bedroom, which is exactly what her mother had. And actually, this room, I think the wall facing the outside right here, where all my stuff was black, if I remember correctly. And then we compromised because I made kind of like fleur-de-lis. I had a stencil, and I painted those in gold around like as if it were molding at the ceiling. Not chair molding. What do you call it when it's up higher? I don't know. I might put this here. And then I don't know what we're going to do. But it was actually cooler this morning. I probably have already said all this. I haven't done the voiceover for when I was outside painting. I was trying to capture the osprey, but every time I turned on my camera for sound, he stopped. So you heard a lot of blue jays, I think. And hopefully you got to see a little bit of a hummingbird, but the hummingbird feeder was probably, it could have been too far away. Okay, I can throw away my post office receipt. Sounds of Silence. Who's singing that song? Foreigner? I'm going to have to look it up. Hold on. Well, for all of you who have been screaming at the camera, I was way off. Simon and Garfunkel. 1964. Woo. I think, you know what I'm going to do? Huh. Maybe. I was just going to say, we haven't used a lot of black, but I guess we have because I pick this up every day. Which I need to sharpen it some more. Might have to buy another big black one by itself. I think you can get some of these colors by themselves. This is supposed to be all one piece here. Now the Canadian wildfires. Jeez, they really, I mean, if you don't believe that there's a problem with global warming, ugh. Ooh, I hope you can't hear my stomach growling. There's global warming in my stomach. It's hungry. There's a little space right there. Perhaps. I don't know. I just think yellow is such a pop of lusciousness and everything. But I love the pink that's showing up in here, so I'm going to add fluorescent pink also. I'm telling you, if you want a pop of something, these things, you can kind of activate them with water for a period of time afterwards, but it takes them a minute to dry. This is our article. Sounds of silence. Can we put an S and a G kind of? Can you tell that that's an S and a G? I'm trying to do it a little messy. So just like it looks like a design. There's tiny bits of paper in here that have, I don't know what kind of writing that is. Might be Vietnamese. I don't know. I picked up the yellow and the turquoise and the pink, but it's kind of a little bit too much in your face. So, I think I don't have a gray, oh, you know what, but I do have gray paint. I don't want to lose the effect of the envelope pattern. Can we just kind of border everything here so it doesn't look quite rigid, even though I wish I could journal like this. But we're kind of smudging things to make it look like one solid piece rather than pieces of a piece. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. All right, here's gray. Neocolor 2s. And I'm really scribbling here. You know what? I really don't like that. I do not like that. I need to rescue this. What don't I like? It's turning into mud. That's what I don't like. No, I really don't like. Well, maybe we can dry this black and then add white on top of it a little bit. Maybe. In here?
Cockpit?
Yeah.
Oh, can I break down the table?
Yeah, but it might have wet paint on it.
Oh, okay. All right, in a few minutes, I'm headed into town for a little bit.
All right.
In the kitchen for about an hour. Can you cut off the water at the foot of the steps when it goes off?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I think that's good enough. Now let's fill in with a little bit of white, because I like that white space right there. I'm getting ready to have to take over for the dog. We saw our old next door neighbors last night. And we went out for Mexican food and they were there. We haven't seen them for a long time, years. The ones that live over on this side, not the ones with all the kids, although they had two, but they were older teenagers by the time I got here. It was nice to see them. If you look at silence under the microscope, like the mold spores that the National Geographic did the other day, it's going to look just like this, I guarantee you. All right, I think I got to go babysit the dog. I don't know if I like this one as much at all, but it is what it is. Sometimes you don't like them, and sometimes you feel like they don't fit. But by the time you're through with everything, they do fit. All right, I'm going to write my song on here. Sounds of Silence. I'm going to write 1964. I'm coming. Okay, be careful. Here comes the dog. Like, I can't be by myself. Somebody stay with me. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. I rescued it more than I thought I would. Not my favorite, but that's okay. I'm coming, Gunner. This part of the journal is turning out quite different than the beginning, in a way. Oh, I still love that one, and I really like this one. If I could turn back time. I'm coming, Gunner. I gotta go. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked my painting session. See you all mañana. Goodbye. Do you want out?